Without a shadow of a doubt, it's the Cronkite Show in social media history. I want to welcome you to another edition of the War Zone. And I got my co-host in the building, Donovan Sadiq, Demetri K. And tonight I know your stimulus money is gone. You're black and you're broke. Well, I got my man Walter Coulter in the building to try to help your black broke ass out. So we're going to talk money tonight, man. If you ain't got none, you can still hang out with us because we're going to see if we can get you some. Say, man, I want to welcome you to the War Zone, man, and tell you, we appreciate you tuning in every night because without y'all, we couldn't do what we do. I'm the 5-star general, got Donovan Sadiq in the building, Demetri K. And I hope you don't get offended because a lot of y'all are black and broke. I'm just going to be straight up with you. A lot of y'all Latino and broke, white and broke, Indian and broke, even got some gay and lesbians that's broke in here. You ain't doing the right things with your money. So tonight we brought a certified expert to the building to sit down and talk to y'all about the money, man. I'm going to turn this over to Demetri and we're going to get going. What's up, mama?
So hello, everybody. Walter, if you want to tonight.
Let me jump on it. You said mute it?
Yep. Much better. So anyway, Gary already did the introductions, but I just want to put a little bit more on it. This is Mr. Walter Coulter, who is a financial guru. He has worked with so many people, from celebrities, athletes, you name it, big, small. He has not all the answers, but he has most of the answers. So for this next hour or so, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please put them in the comment section. Donovan is going to be working the comment section tonight. Tonight is just really going to be Walter and Gary doing the talking. We'll chime in every once in a while. But basically, Walter is going to talk to us about being why we are, first of all, why we are broke and what we can do to not be broke. And so, Walter, Donovan, what say you?
Well, I lost a lot of money on the stock market today, so I'll be taking a lot of notes.
All right, Walter, with that, we'll go ahead and turn it over to you. And if you haven't already, please share this so everybody can get the information, because you do not want to miss this and you don't want to have to repeat what you heard, right? So go ahead and feel free to share.
Yeah, no doubt. So what do you want to hear first? I got a bunch of stuff to talk about tonight. Let me take a comment from one of you three. Let me answer one of your questions first while we wait on some of these comments.
Why is it such a hard situation, especially for African Americans, to clearly get a grasp on financial literacy?
Well, a couple things. So actually, it's more than a couple, but let me start with a few. One, I think, is, and I've always talked about this, I think we don't really understand our roots. And here's what I mean by that. If you understand like where you come from and what like the greatness that you come from, you tend to treat yourself better. So in the financial services industry, we like to say that people, who feel good about themselves will save money, will build their wealth. So for instance, it's kind of like, I'll give you an example. Church I used to go to, he used to talk about this grocery store. He goes, I go into the store and they go, how come you don't keep it clean? He goes, because if we keep it clean, people won't shop here. So people have to be able to see themselves, doing well. And I think for us, a lot of it is we are disconnected from our past. Like I've been doing a lot of research lately. Like I was, doing some research on Christopher Columbus, to find out that the Africans had been here way before he was, and they're in South America. And, we ruled Spain for 700 years and we were everywhere. Even if you follow religion closely, even some of the, religions that are out there follow African religion, to the symbols, to the stars, to the everything. I mean, I'm trying to think of something we did not create. So I think if we realize that as a people, we are stronger, we are superior, then we'll treat ourselves that way. I was coming out of a store and a brother suited up said, "Hey, what's up, King?" And he caught me off guard. And I was like, oh, that was nice of him. And then I thought, well, shit, that's true. I am a king. I need to start acting like that. So I think we have to, we have to treat ourselves better. Number one, and then two, we just need to slow down and start reading. And like what I do, like CNBC starts at like 4 a.m. California time. And I tend to wake up, 2, 3, 4 in the morning, especially right now. And I just watch the money stuff. I have CNBC on one station, Yahoo Finance on another station. I got Bloomberg on one of my phones. And I'm just watching the money all day. And then I like to surround myself with people that are doing better than me. So I think we as Black people could, work on our mentorships. Like if I go to a party, I try and be the brokest one in the room so I can learn from other people. So I think your associations are huge. And then one more thing, I think, I think with Black people, I think it just seems like we're scattered right now. With all the stuff going on in the news, I think sometimes we get distracted easily, because the protests and that stuff, I like seeing that. But I don't want us to lose track of what's really going on. The stock market is moving. People still buying real estate. When things are the craziest is when people get the richest. I'll put it out there. I mean, my ex-wife, she ain't watching. I took, 50 grand and it just, the market, the virus showed up and things got crazy. And while everybody was, I'm watching Netflix tonight, or what's on Netflix? I ran out of movies and all that other craziness. I just jumped into the markets. I said, what are the rich people doing right now? And they're shopping. So I started, I looked at all the stocks, things that I've used, American Airlines, Carnival Cruise Lines, the oil companies, Apache Oil, you name it, MGM Grand. I know it's going to be there because it's an addiction. People going to want to go back. All those things crashed to the ground, and it was a health crisis, not a financial crisis, but a health crisis, which is something that we can fix. So I just bought everything. And I bought some stock options, and I'll talk about that a little bit later. And I took 50 grand to like 350 grand.
Walter, you're talking to a new breed of Negro. Some of these people don't know where the stock market is. They really think the stock market is on the other side of town. You talk to some people that don't know how to invest their money. Some people, they don't know nothing about the stock market. And more importantly, they don't understand the discipline it takes just to be able to get from being poor to being rich to being wealthy. See, if you ask a person that question, do you want to be rich or wealthy? A whole bunch of them going to scream they want to be rich, which to me is only temporary. Right. But in the long run, I want to be wealthy because it's generational. And I need you to talk to my brothers because tonight I'm gonna be the ghetto brother for you.
All right.
I need you to talk to the ones in the projects. Okay. What they gotta do, man, because right now ain't nothing moving but the weed, man, and the Gucci bags.
And that's craziness. So here's what people have to do. What you have to do, and I say this over and over, is you need to cut your expenses. Now, every time you spend money, I want you to imagine one of your people getting shot in the streets. Every time you spend money you don't need, I want you to imagine every time you spend money on a Gucci bag or something that you don't need, I want you to imagine another brother getting shot in the street, or maybe a family member of yours. Or I want you, every time you spend money that you don't need, like I hear people making $4,000 a month and they got a $1,600 car payment. That's insane. So every time you do something like that, I want you to imagine a horrible situation on the other side, because that's what's happening. The reason that we struggle, we don't have no money, we don't have no power, period. I always hear people say, the Jews, if this happened to a Jew, well, the Jews got money. Right? And forget how they got it. There's nothing we can do about that now. But like, we have to really see ourselves as better people and start, cutting our expenses. And then the second thing is just, even if you put $1 away, I mean, like you want to get Gucci and weed, and that's hard to break a habit. Take $1, just $1 every day, and put it somewhere, even if it's in a jar. I don't care. Piggy bank. Put it in a drawer and just start a habit. If you don't save, you will be slaves. I should put that on the shirt. If you do not save, you will be a slave. And when I say that, it sounds kind of, that's for Deanna. It sounds kind of crazy, but like, we are, I don't want to say we're going back there, but it feels like we are. I mean, when you see that dude on his neck for 9 minutes, that was a lynching. And it was just like, he was just doing it. And everybody was watching, and he still got to go on trial. Ain't nothing changed from the old days. It was just a knee instead of a rope. You see what I'm saying? So now, here's the thing. Somebody's saying, I don't know if you guys can see that. Can you see what I'm seeing? It says cut expenses, we ain't got no money. Okay. I want to get rid of that. That is a myth. If you make $1 a day, you got money. People say, I don't have any money. That's a lie. You do have money. I mean, like, everybody in the U.S. is getting a stimulus check. Everybody, right? And if you're a gig worker, if you're self-employed, you did anything that was self-employed, the government has this PUA program or this PPP. I got my check. I'm self-employed. So we do have money. It's just how we treat it. If you make $5 a day, $5 an hour, you do have money. It's what you do with it. That's what I'm talking about. Well,
let me say this here. I like this comment. Hell is you talking about, boy. Now watch this. You got to change your mindset. If you want to be wealthy, you have to change your mindset. Now, you don't have to have a lot of money to end up wealthy. You don't have to make a lot of money to end up wealthy. You just have to be smart with your money. You see, when I'm the cheapest dude in the room, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm looking for the cheapest gas. I'm not trying to waste money on what I don't need to waste it on. I'm not going to the family functions because every time I go, I spend more money than, I'm the visitor and I end up spending more money than everybody else.
Right.
So, it's all about how it's wasteful spending that puts us in binds where we feel we don't have money. You see what I'm saying? But you got money. The one thing I know about black folk, you got money for anything you really want.
Okay.
You got money for anything you really want. And at the end of the day, if you don't want to have no money to invest, if you want to keep hanging around your friends who don't have no money, the one thing I know, dog, if you hang around dogs, you're going to get fleas. So if you're hanging around with broke people, you're going to stay in a broke mind frame. That's why I kicks it with my Republican partners that got money, man.
Right. So Gary, let me switch gears.
Well, let me chime in for a second.
You go first.
If y'all, I want to say this. And that was Xavier that said that. Your comment, hell is you talking about, boy. The fact that you, see, I'm going to say what Walter ain't going to say, and I know Gary will say it. Donovan, he little on the mild side too. But the fact that you had to ask that is why you need to be listening. Because if you're going to come here and operate out of ignorance, you really don't want to know. This is for people who want to know. Because as Gary said, basically, why are we broke? That is why we're broke. Because you made a comment like that. And I think you were doing it in jest. You really don't want to know. You want to be the smartest Negro on the feed. And so if that is your purpose, then go on to where they, doing all of that at.
So let me switch gears. I'm gonna switch a different direction because my point was to come here and kind of lay down some things that you can do to build wealth. I mean, I've done this for Kanye West, Little John, football. I mean, you name it. I've done this for people that you see on TV on a regular basis. And so what I'd like to do is normally treat everybody like somebody that's successful, somebody that's doing well. So, and I've never seen a comment like that on so I apologize. I got to get new to this, but.
Welcome to the hood.
Right. It breaks my heart because I see my people and I go, you know what? We are, our race is disappearing. Like I tell you, when I see my people out sometimes, I just go, what can I do to help these people? Like if Black people would just go, you know what? We can, first of all, we can do better. We have money coming through the door. We make money. We need to do something with it, and we need to treat ourselves better. Now, let me back up a little bit. Let me skip it. Let me deal with this girl here because I don't want to get too deep into homeboy stuff because then I'll turn it to somebody you don't want to see. But this girl's asking here about college, right? So the best way to, if you want to start saving for your college, first of all, is figure out when they're going to need the money, right? Number one. So let's say your kid is 4. And then what you need to do is get with someone who can help you. Like you can save money for when they're 18, or you can do it for like rich people do and save the money for when they're 25 and 30. Here's what I mean by that. And I'm going to get a little technical if that's okay. So like me, I have grandkids and I have 4 grandkids. And right now my concern is for their future, right? So I can take, let's say I got $100 a month that I can save. There's several places you can put it. One, with E-Trade and like Webull and Robinhood, some of these accounts you can start putting money in and it's pretty easy. Me, I save money every month into my my life insurance programs because that's where rich people tend to put their money. I put a little bit of money.
Hey, I don't want to interrupt you.
Mm-hmm.
They don't know nothing about them IULs, man.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So, wow. So, well, and I guess it is new for a lot of people, but the IUL or life insurance is just where banks put their money. We Black people, we've had these life insurance policies for decades. We don't really understand how to use them. Every month I take whatever it is and I put into my life insurance policy. I got AIG and there's so many companies out there and they'll take the money and they'll save it for you. And if you die, they'll cut your family a check. If you have a stroke, heart attack, injury, they'll cut you or the family a check. And if you live long enough to build up an account, they'll cut you a check on a regular basis, tax-free to spend your money. So that's, what I'm doing for my grandkids. I like, right now, I'm not a fan of the stock market all the time, but right now, I think if we look at what's going on with putting money in the market, and I'll make it plain, you can go to etrade.com or Robinhood is more friendly to new people. And you can open an account. It takes 10 minutes, right? And then you can start putting $1 a day, $5 a day. You don't have to invest it. You can just start putting money into it because it has to start somewhere. We have to take responsibility. I mean, I wish it was a magic pill, Gary, to say, hey, what can Black people do to get ahead? We just have to get started. So
what they got to stop doing, Walter, they got to stop running to hide their money in the bank.
Right.
You run into the bank ain't even giving you 1%. You see what I'm saying? And what people don't realize, I'm a licensed insurance agent.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, you feel what I'm saying? So when they sit in, they don't. I don't have time to beat a dead horse. You don't want to listen, don't listen. But I tell you a secret. Ain't none of y'all on this live right now that don't want to be here. You own this live because you're broke. You own this live because your money ain't straight. You could be watching some Candace, them over there doing what they doing. You go over there and listen to that foolishness. This man got a lot of knowledge, and I really want to hear. But back to what I was saying about, understanding the first thing we got to do is stop putting our money in them banks. People think you just say that just to say that. No, the bank makes money. You don't make no money.
Oh no.
You can't show me a bank in the United States of America where you get 1% interest on your money.
Right.
It doesn't happen.
Yeah, and even if you were getting 2% on your money, because what the bank does is they give you give them the money, they give you nothing. They turn around and then loan it back to you to buy a car 12, 20%. Loan it to your kids or your nieces at 15, 20, 30%. They loaning out your own money. And the crazy part is they do that 10 times, 9 times with the same dollar. It's incredible. So yeah, it's good. Banks are just there to keep emergency money that you need to get to right now. After that, you should look at other things. Life insurance works for midterm goals. Some people use bonds. Here's an idea. Start a business. Do you realize with your stimulus check with 12, let me break it down. With 12, I got, $1,200. You can go out and you can buy 100 t-shirts or 10 t-shirts, screen print them, sell them, done. You know what I'm saying? I always tell people you can sell bananas. I don't care what it is. You buy something for a lower price and sell it for a higher price. People are doing that all around us. We just need to be more engaged. Like if you're spending $1,000 on a Gucci bag, which is insane to me, you could go somewhere to one of these swap meets or one of these stores and you could buy 10 purses and put your own logo on it and sell it. I mean, it's really that simple. You can take your stimulus check and start a business that will help you do extremely well in the future. It's not complicated, but we have to do that. We have to stop watching TV. Black people, turn this shit off on TV. All these crazy shows that ain't doing nothing for us. Like, I even hesitate to watch black TV, Blackish, and some of these TV shows. That's not us. There's no ish about being black. So I think we need to put stuff in our mind that's going to help us. You know, watch some of these. And unfortunately, right now, there's not a lot of black outlets for finance, the bigger ones, but I think that's coming for the future, right? But in the meantime, you know, there's stuff on TV all day. I didn't understand stocks at first. I didn't understand real estate, but I just started watching. You know, you can YouTube everything. You can YouTube, you know, a stock, which is ownership in a company, or what's a bond, which is if you loan a company money. You can YouTube anything you want to learn. You can YouTube these days, but you got to turn the Netflix and all that other stuff off. Otherwise, you're gonna be broke as hell, and there's no way to fix it. You have to get started. So, as far as somebody that wants to get started right away, just start off by taking $1 a day. And I want you to say every time you put that dollar away that, you know, I'm going to be stronger in the future. I'm being responsible. Because here's the other thing. In Black people, we seem to respond to craziness. If you don't save money for your family, not only are you irresponsible, you are a disgrace to your family. Even most religions talk about that. Talk about saving money for charity, saving money for you. They tell you to put money away, keep money in the storehouse, and no one's doing it. So you got to put money away for you. I don't care.
If you're saving $1 a day, and say, you know, you've been doing this for a few years, so realistically, you're saving $7 a week, about $28 a month. So when a pandemic pops off, you've actually created an emergency fund.
Yes.
So therefore, you don't have to really lean and wait for $1,200 to come in because you've been saving money. I know my friend Terry Hayes, every year he puts up this little chart where he tells you save X amount of money per week. And by the end of the year, you should have this amount of money. I've watched him do this for the last 3 years. And so a lot of times he get people that, you know, he gets a lot of input on those posts, but then it's not the input that I think that he should get, the number of people that should respond. So my thing is if you want to be wealthy, you have to change your mind frame. You have to put yourself in what we call a millionaire mind frame.
Right.
You know, and if you don't want to do that, it's not going to happen for you. So here's my question to you, Walter. Is it realistic to believe that you don't need to have a lot of money to end up wealthy?
Well, you don't need a lot of money. Here's the crazy part is you can start with $1,000, $2,000. Like some people are getting money right now, which is sad, but some people are getting money right now on unemployment, some of these things, and are making more money than they were getting at work. I mean, but so you can, like I said, you can start a business with $1,000. You know, you can go to Wix right now for $10. You can start a website. And by the end of the day, you can have it up. And you can tell people, hey, go to my website and check out what I'm doing. You can go, you know, I have an 800 number through eVoice. I pay $10 a month for my 800 number. If you call my 800 number on my website, it's $10 a month for my website. It's $10 a month for my 800 number, and I'm in business. And my 800 number rings to my phone. So for $20, I put up a website and I got an 800 number. Now, what you do with the 800 number is up to you. You know what I'm saying? If you want to sell, I don't know, cups, candles, I don't care what it is. You know, you could sell this bull. I bought this in New York on the stock exchange. I bought it for $5. I know he paid 50 cents for it, but it was a black dude. It was a brother. I bought like 20 of them. I gave everybody one of my family keychains. You know, he was doing it. He had his own business. And he goes, listen, brother, I'm doing well. I'm making money right now. People looking at me crazy, staring at me, but he dug in his pocket. He was like, look, man, I got more money than most people's out here. He was selling bull. So
I just think that it is if you want to fix your financial state, you're going to fix it. But the urgency of African Americans not wanting to fix it, you know, being an insurance salesman, you know, trying to talk to people about, you know, financial literacy, I could pack the room with whites and Asians easily. But when we put together a function for African Americans, hardly anybody showed up. But yet we continue to complain about our financial situation.
Right.
So, you know, I'm going to be honest with y'all, and I don't care if people get mad. I really stopped messing with Negroes when it come to money a long time ago. I really did, because, I mean, I can't seem to make you understand that, you know, I made great decisions with my money. The only thing that slowed my money down was I got sick. But when I was making tons of money, I didn't just blow my money. I just didn't do things. Oh, I got this amount of money, so today I'm gonna go rent me a car for $1,000 a day. I'm not finna do nothing like that, because I gotta remember I can be broke again tomorrow. So I think we live for the moment when it comes to money, and we don't understand how valuable it is when it comes to just gaining the knowledge, man. I appreciate you being here, because you talking and I'm steady writing.
Right. Yeah. So I had a buddy of mine tell me, he was a black guy. He worked for American Express. I ain't gonna say his name, but he was pretty up there at Amex. And he goes, Walter, I see you at all these black functions, and I see you trying to help these black people. He goes, but if you help black people, we will use your stationery for scratch paper. He goes, they don't want your help. And this was a brother man way up in American Express. I'm talking way up. He goes, dude, you're going to break your back financially trying to help these guys. They don't want it. And so I kept trying. I still kept trying. To this day, I try. I mean, I want my people to do better. My sister would tell you, I worked at American Express. I had money stacked everywhere. And I jumped into the Negro community. I lost it all. You know.
Oh, you know what? When I think about it, it's an easier conversation. I'm gonna be chauvinistic for a second, but on the other side, when you're talking about money with black people, it's an easier conversation to talk to the women.
All day.
It's they get it
Quickly.
And I think it has a lot to do with them actually running the households. And they deal with the money on a different level than us guys do. You see what I'm saying? It's an easier conversation when you're talking to a black woman, because a black man, that's like talking to the wall. He know everything.
You know, and there is nothing sexier about a brother that has his stuff together. I always tell people, and Donovan, you know what I'm talking about. If you are a black man and you have your stuff together, you don't have to be wealthy, just together. I hear women say, I just want a man to take care of him, which I think is a cop-out, but that's a whole nother conversation. But it seems like these days, if you're a brother and you got your stuff together, you're like Superman. I always tell women, imagine a brother getting out of a cool Mercedes-Benz, suited up, clean, and just smooth. Like, what goes to your mind, right? And you don't have to be in a Mercedes. You could be in a Honda. You could just be clean. But we as black men need to step up, because honestly, the black women are carrying the ball. I mean, they have been, and I know it had a lot to do with, you know, civil rights and segregation and, you know, a lot of that stuff. I know how it happens where the black women are in control, but they're in control. We need to help them out. I mean, we black men, we are like, when I'm in a room full of brothers, you ever had your boys in the room? You guys are just witty. You come up with stuff so fast. Like, we are witty. I get some of the best ideas when I'm in the room with a bunch of brothers. We get some of the craziest, the best ideas. We are crafty and creative. We just think that we need to look at ourselves better, and we need to realize that we are kings. Like, if you could go back to 1200 and 1300, and you could go to Spain, it would be blacks, it would be Africans. You know, if you could go to South America in 1300, it would be strong black men running this planet. We can go back to that, but we need money to do that. And if you don't save your money, black people, you have zero excuse. Like, I'm reading this comment about if there was no welfare state. I mean, I think people need help, but like, right now I'm watching these people, like everyone is given to black people. All these companies are saying you need to hire this many black people. The guy from, I don't know, it was a Snapchat, Twitter. Donovan, you probably know, he gave up his board seat to give to a brother, right, or African American. Companies are doing that, but my question is, what are we going to do with it? Like this whole thing about reparations. If I'm Donald Trump, I'm giving black people reparations because all they're going to do is give it right back. And it would stimulate the economy in the meantime. So we need to understand that we need to keep some of that money. I don't mind if you blow it, but if you make $1, put 10 cents away. And there's no excuse. If people say, I don't have any money, that's bull. That's a lie because you do have money. It's what you choose to do with it. I mean, like, me and my son were talking. He was like, Dad, why don't you go out and buy this brand new Audi? You got the cash. I said, I'm not doing that. And I could do it, but like I need to be responsible to my grandkids and my kids and my future. Do you know what I'm saying? So you have to start putting money away, or you are going to be, you guys, like right now we have, I don't want to call it a gift because what happened to George Floyd, regardless if he was a criminal or not, it don't matter. Right? It has nothing to do with it. You can't treat people that way. But we have the floor right now, and everybody is listening. Everybody's listening. We need to do something with it. Like, what's the mayor's name of DC? She painted Black Lives Matter down the street. So originally, most people was like, oh yeah, in your face, Trump. That's a disaster. She could have took that money and started a black business and got the party started. Like how about a black grant? And black people, you do something with it. Like we have to think about what we do with money. We have the floor. People are donating money. They're giving black people causes money. What are we going to do with it? 1, 2, we need to get the normal leading blacks. We need to move them to the side. Al Sharpton is cool sometimes, but these guys got to go. The NAACP, there's this group called the 100 Black Men. I saw him on CNBC. He was like, oh yeah, we help black men. I said, no, you don't. Because me and my boy, I was 28. I was a financial planner with American Express. He goes, you're too young. Come back when you're 40. And I said, you got 2 young black financial professionals sitting here, want to learn from you old black dudes, and you telling us to come back when we're 40? So no, some of those guys need to go. We need some young blood up in there. I'm not talking about age, I'm talking about way of thinking, right? The only way to get black people out of this mess is to stack money, period. If I get pulled over and the cop rough me up, I'm calling my lawyer, right? And I'm going to be on top of this. But when you don't have no money, you don't have no power, there's nothing you can do. And like, look at this George Floyd, this challenge on the internet where white kids are putting knees on their friend's neck. Can you imagine that? That's insane. Like,
let me say this here. I'm gonna put this comment up because I like when people are aggressive viewers. You don't know what to invest in. Check brother polite. So Xavier, I'm gonna give you the same opportunity I give a lot of people every night. Let me try this a different way. Hold on, Walter. Hold on. Xavier, tell me what to invest it in right now. If not, you're coming off my page. Oh, you seem to have hold on, Walter. You seem to have a lot of knowledge, Xavier. So I want you to tell me what to invest it in right now, Xavier. Tell me what to invest it in, Xavier. Come on, talk to me. Because I need to put this money somewhere. You talking. See, the problem with us, we talking loud and we saying nothing.
Right.
Tell me where to invest this money, Xavier. Matter of fact, hold on, Xavier. Now, I'm going to hold this one right here for you. Tell me where to invest it in, Xavier. Because you talking loud, and I went in the other pocket, Xavier. Hold on, that's one pocket. Now I done went in the other pocket. Now I need you to tell me where to invest this money, Xavier. Because you're talking loud, and you're saying nothing.
Right.
I told you when Tony Bosman was on the show. When rich people talking, shut the hell up.
Now, you got my attention with that money. When you pulled out that money, you got my attention.
Let's talk. Well, I need to invest it. I ain't doing no faking around here.
So that's what happens. That's my point. When you pulled out that money, everybody was like, whoa, money talks. So let me, here's what I'll do. I'll throw out some stock tips, but what I was trying to
right now, because we've come through the pandemic, whether they're say we don't have a lot of money, say we got our 1,200. What stock would you recommend for a person in that position that they could start off small, that they could invest in?
Okay, so here's what I'm doing, right? I'm gonna give you some homework. All you have to do is go, first of all, if you go to YouTube and you YouTube, like there's two ways to buy stocks. There's stock options, or you can buy the stock directly. Now, what I'd like to do, because I'd like to function and act like I'm on a limited budget, is I'll buy stock options. Like I'll give you an idea. This is not a stock tip. I'm just gonna tell you what I'm doing. Today, I bought stock options on Wells Fargo. Here's how they work. And I'm telling you guys to YouTube this. Go to Google. There's books out there on stock options. You can spend 8 hours on YouTube and you can understand what I'm saying. So Wells Fargo right now is trading at about $27.
Okay.
Here's a stock that trades upwards of 40, 50 bucks. When before the pandemic, Wells Fargo was trading somewhere around 50 bucks. I'm gonna double check on my phone. So right now it's at 27. 3 days ago it was 33. So what happens is when I looked at it, I said, okay, Wells Fargo is a big bank. Forget what experience you've had with them. They are a big bank. They are getting crushed right now. And my thought was, if the pandemic was not here, would Wells Fargo stock be trading at $27? The answer is hell no. So why is it trading at $27? Because of the pandemic. So what I did is I went and I bought what's called a stock option. And so what I'm doing is I'm giving you something that I feel like is safe. So stock options have a couple things. They have a time called an exercise period. It's how long can you hold this option? And I hope if you're writing this down, it'll make sense. Right now, I'm giving you the rich people shit that they will not tell you about in school. You'll never hear about it on the street. I'm telling you stuff I have to pay a ton of money to learn, and you can go to YouTube and get a good start. So you have a stock option, right? So Wells Fargo's at $27. Today, I paid 44 cents for the right to buy Wells Fargo at $37. You see what I'm saying? In August. And another 67 cents to buy the stock at $37 in January. Here's how it works. If Wells Fargo, so let's say I spend 44 cents today, right? Wells Fargo, I'm buying an option to buy it at $37. As Wells Fargo stock price moves up, that stock price, the stock option moves in value because you are closer to the goal. If Wells Fargo stock price ends up being $47 and you have the right to buy it at $37, what that means is you can buy something at $37. If it's worth $47, you can sell it right now, take your $10 in profit, and it only costs you 44 cents. I'll give you another idea, Gary. I'm gonna give you the math. So everybody's written on an airplane, right? So Boeing right now is the stock that I'm trading, and it's going crazy. So if you want to buy Boeing, hold on to your seats. But Boeing was trading at $140 last week. You remember, like Boeing was on the floor. So what I did, and so I took $30, right? So some people say I ain't got no money. I took $30 and I bought 100 contracts on Boeing, and here's how it works. So when you buy stock options, you have to buy 100. It's called a contract. So what you do is I spent 100 times 30 cents, 33. I spent $33, right? For the right to buy Boeing it was approximately $250. The stock price was only $140, but I bought the right to buy it at $250. It was a long shot. Gary, do you know that 33 cents on Monday was worth $18.55? I'm gonna give you the math, right? And So you can take, and I think, I got my stimulus check. I ain't gonna lie. I got my check and I took 930 bucks or something like that. And I bought Boeing stock options. I bought 3,000 stock options on Boeing at 30 cents. Gary, on my kids, that $900 3 days later went to $60,000. I can't
talk. I don't care what nobody talking about. We got to have a private conversation.
Yeah, no, we can have it. So the point I'm making is, so you can take your stimulus check and get going. I mean, like, there are people out there that are taking, and on my Facebook page, I'll say, today with my $100, here's what I'm doing. So I'll buy I don't necessarily buy the stocks. I buy the options. It's almost like it works like if let's say you're renting a house, Gary, right? And let's say the house is worth $200,000. You believe that this house is going to be worth $400,000, but you don't necessarily want to spend $200,000. So what you do is you go to the owner and say, I'm going to give you $10,000 for the right to buy this house at $200,000. If the house goes, so you give him the right, you give him his $10,000, you have the right to buy it at $200,000. If the house goes to $300,000, you can still buy it at $200,000. So what you do is and here's the crazy part with stock options, you don't have to buy the stock, you sell the option or the contract. So if I gave my man $10,000 for the house at $200,000 and it went to $300,000, I can sell and buy the house simultaneously, no money out of pocket. So 300 minus 200 is 100,000 minus my $10,000 option cost. I have $90,000 in my pocket for $10,000 investment.
Wow.
You guys, this is happening all day in the stock market where people are like.
Now, I'm gonna be selfish. Me, Donovan, quiet tonight. Demetri, quiet too. Look here.
I didn't know this.
I'm sitting around thinking, I know when the pandemic is over, everybody and their mama gonna jump on them cruise ships.
Oh.
And I'm looking at the cruise ships to invest money in because as they finna start opening Carnival again, and I know everybody finna run to the cruise ships. Is it a good investment?
Oh, so to answer your question, long term, yes. Now the cruise. Okay, here's the thing. When you have something like, and I own Norwegian Cruise Line, Donovan's holding up. I own Carnival. I bought all the cruise ships. I bought them all because I don't know which one's gonna last, right? So when the pandemic ends, people are going to go flocking back to what they're doing. So you have a stock like Carnival Cruise Line, or some of these cruise lines are down 60%. So let's say the cruise line, Gary, was $10 before the pandemic, the stock, right? And then it went to $4. Now, what a lot of people are doing is they're buying the stock at $4, which is good. But what I do is instead of spending $4, because the pandemic, I believe this is going to be solved in 6 to 12 months. So what I do is instead of spending $4, I spend 30 cents to control that stock. So if it goes from $4 to 10, you know what I'm saying? So 4 to 10 is $6. Minus my 30 cents, I've made $6.70 on 30-cent investment.
See, like today, Walter, Carnival closed at $16.85.
Oh, that hurt. I know it did.
$16.85. And I think it was down today. So, but what I'm saying, on a normal day, no pandemic, what would that stock normally look like?
So I can tell you, Carnival Cruise Line back in March was trading at $52, somewhere around there. That stock hit a low, and I'm looking at my chart right now, hit a low of $8 in April. First week of April, it went to $8. From $50 to $8. Right now it's at 12. So excuse me, right now it's at 17, but it was and then but it was at 25 and it went to 17. So what happens is the stock ran up. The big dogs got involved, and what they did today is they took a step back and they left the poor people holding the bag. So what I did is I went on and I started buying more at today's prices, and I bought the stock options out till January and June of next year. So what I'm betting on is by January of next year in June, this is going to be a wrap. So maybe Carnival won't be to $52, but if Carnival gets to $30, 35, let me tell you something, Gary. If Carnival gets to $45, you can see 4 Ferraris in my house cash, my house paid off, every one of my grandkids is going to have a house. It's going down. That's how stock options work. So you can take $1,000 and turn it into 60, 70, 100. I'll give you something else. Boeing was at $230 last on like Friday. No, not Friday, Monday. I know I was in Vegas and I had a dream that Boeing was at 230 and I woke up, it was at 230. So I sold my options from 900 to 60,000. I sold those. And then what I did is I turned around and we'll see with stock options, you can buy them for the way up, or Gary, you can buy them on the way down. So what I did is what they call shorted, or I bought an option on Boeing for the price to go down. So that was $1.15 for that option. And today, when the market closed, it was at $9. So 1,000, $2,000. I was doing the math. $2,000 is $18,000 in 12 hours. It was insane. Not 12 hours. I'm sorry, 24 hours. In 24 hours, $2,000 was 18. In 24 hours, $900 was 60,000. So you have to get involved. I get it with the protests and all that stuff. We got to get it in, but we have to move forward. While we are protesting, and the protesters are necessary. Don't get me confused. But you have to stop and watch the money. This right now we are being distracted. Like Trump going to Black Wall Street is a distraction for Black people because we're not watching the money. We're watching everything else. We have to watch our money. Like me and my son are starting a hedge fund, right? And like hedge funds, they're not. There's no race requirement. You don't have to be a certain color to start a hedge fund. You know what I'm saying? It's like $10,000 and you can start your own investment fund. So I go to each one of my boys and say, hey, give me your stimulus check. I need 9 of you to get out. So 10 of us putting $1,000 in, we can start our own fund, and our Black people can put money in this fund, and the Black dollar can move with our control.
Al Jackson asked a good question. What's a good food chain stock?
Well, here's the deal. Some of these food chain stocks have flown through the roof. They're gone. Like Chipotle is gone. Because what happened is people are taking their stimulus money and they're eating out. So like Shake Shack and Chipotle and these stocks that should be hurt because people are saving their money are blowing through the roof. So I'm not really messing with food right now. I mean, I did something with Darden back when the crisis first hit, but I'm out of it. I don't have any food chain stocks. Those are doing well. Like if you look at like grocery stores, things like Costco, Kroger, stuff, those things are flying through the roof because it's what people do when they can't leave the house. They eat and they watch Netflix. So Al,
I'm brainstorming as you're talking.
Mm-hmm.
So what would it take if the war zone, say on a Saturday, if you're available, but we would have to switch to Zoom so we could add Zoom. You can add a lot of people, right, Dimitri?
Yeah.
What if we did a virtual class for beginners who want to, do the stock market? Would you be willing to teach that class? Now, let me get this straight with y'all out there that's listening. What we're going to do, we're going to cash app this man. We'll figure out what that costs. We're not going to waste his time. We're going to pay for him to teach us this class. How many of y'all game? Because y'all want his number and all that. That's good if you want his number, because I'm definitely getting his number. But would you be willing, Walter, to do like a virtual class for beginners who want to trade in stocks? And if we got to go through you, then so be it. I would love to do that because we're going to have that conversation.
Right. Well, of course, I would say if it's about money, I'm there. I mean, ain't no time of day. Money's on my mind all the time. It is what it is. I just.
Hey, real quick, for those guys that are interested, I put up Walter's company website. It has a lot of his information where you can contact him there and stuff like that. Go there. You got any questions after the show, and he'll log you in.
Well, and what I would like to do, Gary, is I would like you to run it. So you set it up, and I can come on your platform because there's a lot. I mean, there's a lot that we can do on these things. I mean, like right now, just to give you an idea, there are people doing Zooms all day, and all they're talking about is investments. I'll give you another idea. Here's something, and I'll come back to this top question. And for the comment, Avante, why don't you tell me what XRP is, and I can go into more detail. Is what we can do is we can start pooling our money. Like, you know, we have our in-laws, our aunts, uncles, our parents. You know, some of our parents live in a house that's worth $400,000, is paid off. They're not doing nothing with the equity, and when they die, the kids gonna fight over it. So why don't we do something with that? Like I got one of my buddies. He's 75, right? He says, Walter, me and my wife don't have a lot of money, but we have a house that's worth $800,000. What do I do? So I'm doing what's called a reverse mortgage. Is what it was created for, like for the middle wealthy class. It was a way to use your equity in your house, but not have to move. So we're pulling like $300,000 out of his house. And I go, you never have to pay back this on this mortgage. When you die, they'll deal with it then. And he goes, so let me get this straight. I'm gonna get $300,000. I said, yes. He's gonna take 100 and take him and his wife that has Alzheimer's. So while she can still remember, he's gonna take her around the world. He's gonna cruise, and we're gonna do something with the other 200 grand. So what I might do is take that 200 grand and go buy 2 or 3 little houses, and me and him split the rent. You know what I'm saying? And the other part is with the reverse mortgage, there's no mortgage payment. So he's 75. He's paying $1,200 a month. With his new mortgage payment, not only is the $1,200 payment going away, they're going to give him $300,000. And when he dies, he can pay it back then. So what do, Gary? You'll like this. Is I take life insurance. So I take some of that $200,000. I buy life insurance on him, permanent cash value. So when he dies, they pay off the house. We take the rest and invest, and him and his wife spend the other 100. Boom! It's done. That's what people are doing all day. There's 100 strategies out there like that you can do. I was talking to my son. I was like, man, we get all these credit cards and all these. If we can borrow money at 1%, 2%, 3%, 4%, 5%, even 10%, and invest it in something that is at an all-time low. Oh, please. Like, there's this guy, right? He's a white dude, so I don't know what the move is on that. I'm looking for a black dude like him. It's called Meet Kevin. And every day he drops a video. And he dropped a video for black people. You can Google Meet Kevin Black Stimulus. He put a video out for black people. And he said, black people, here's what this is a white dude from Santa Barbara. And he goes, here's what you need to do, black people. You need to get in real estate, because here's what's happening. If I own a home right now, and he got me too, right? Because I wasn't big on owning this home. He goes, if you own a home right now, the government's giving you 12 months of no mortgage payments. So if your mortgage payment is $1,000 a month, you have $12,000 to invest. And they'll put it on the end of your mortgage. He goes, if you're paying rent, you're just stuck. He goes, and black people own 40% of black people own a home versus 70% of white people. That's why white people are ahead. And he went on all these tips for black people. And I was like, shit, this dude is dropping knowledge. So there's things we can do. You know, Gary, me and my son, we made good money. For a minute, we were selling cars. Like, we were trying to figure out what to do. Should we go back into financial planning? Because I'd taken a break. Or, you know, I was trying to get him and, you know, some other people involved. So I took a little money, you know, I had set to the side for this venture, and we bought a bunch of cars. So we buy a car for $2,000 at an auction and sell it for $4,500. We buy a car for $10,000 and sell it for $15,000. I mean, that's how while we were getting our financial services company together, that's how we made money last year. So like I have this thing called pre-owned elegance and Dodge depreciation. This is for black people. Dodge depreciation says you step to the side so people say, oh, she got a car with no mileage. I'm like, you dumb. I ain't gonna use the word I use, but like, here's a car that's $60,000 brand new. When you drive it off the lot, it's $50,000. In 2 years, it's $22,000. So why wouldn't you just wait 2 years to buy that car? Now I know we've all bought new cars, but once I figured it out, I mean, you can go, Gary, do you know right now I can buy a 2008 Bentley GT with the big booty, the 2 doors for like 26 grand. And 26,000, black with white leather interior, 26 grand for a Bentley GT.
You all around paying that for a Malibu.
But here's what I'm saying. You can like the Mercedes S-Class, and I've been looking for a car, but I refuse to buy it new. The Mercedes S-Class is $120,000. You can get that car right now, 6-7 years old, same body style, 25 grand. Your car payment will be $500 a month to be in a. I mean, and I'm not saying to go make the car payment. I'm saying if you're gonna buy something like that, dodge the depreciation and wait a little while. I mean, geez Louise, you like, and I know black people, we like glossy stuff, so that's why I'm talking about the Mercedes and the Bentleys, right? I'm trying to kind of step the conversation up a little bit. You can buy. I got my girl a Range Rover, $6,000 at an auto auction. You know, black on black. We pull up the valet. They say, "Mr. Coulter, how you doing?" They don't say, "What year is it?" or "Negro, is it old?" They say, "Mr. Coulter, like, where do you want us to park it? Can we grab your bags?" So you can look beautiful. And let me tell you something. I love pulling up in a Range Rover. It's a beautiful thing. And I paid $6 grand for this car. People, when I pull up, they look at me and go, "Oh, he's got his shit together." But I paid less for my car than you paid for yours, and you're in a Honda Accord, or you're in a Volkswagen Beetle, and I paid less than you did, but yet I feel better. So that's Dodge depreciation. That's Dodge depreciation. Then pre-owned elegance is buy something nice that's older. You can buy a Chanel bag from 1970, and that bag will look like it did then. As a matter of fact, if you can go to a swap meet or a used store and find, that's why I like to go to Goodwill in the rich people neighborhoods. You can find nice stuff that's used. You know what I'm saying? So that's pre-owned elegance. And I think black people, we struggle with appearance. We want nice things. So if
what's your number, if your business number? Because people keep asking. I want to post it on the screen.
Right. So let me give you. Well, here's a
give the 800 number.
If you have a pen, so it's 1-866-5-corner. So 1-866-5-corner.
What's the numbers?
Actually, let me give you the number.
Yeah. Do you know I'm slow? I was on the sharp yellow bus.
Yeah, because I don't even
the real short.
Yeah, let me give it to you.
I don't care what they say. I was special.
It's 1-866-552-6762.
6762.
Yeah, so 866-552-6762.
Okay. So what we're gonna do. What the hell did I just do? Hold on a second. I did something I ain't had no business. Okay.
We still.
Okay, so I'm gonna show it. Okay, so if y'all can call the man, you can talk to him. You can stop. You know, if you got questions, call my man up. He gonna lace you to the game. But what I'm gonna do, Walter, I'm gonna say in 2 Saturdays from now.
Yep.
Well, it can't be 2 Saturdays. Well, it can be because that. Let's go 3 Saturdays from now, because 2 Saturdays from now will be a holiday weekend. So 3 Saturdays from now, we're going to put together a Zoom class for those that want to participate. You know, we'll figure out how much we're going to charge. We're not going to make this man work for free, because you need to pay for the game, man. The game is to be sold, not told. That's where I'm from, the old school. It's sold, not told. And we're going to get in this class and we're going to learn a few things. the one thing I want to tell people is when you sit in a room and all of a sudden you feel like you're the smartest person in the room, you need to find you another room. Because you never get to the point where you're just too smart to learn something.
Right.
So, don't take a lot of money, man. I mean, we just got to be smart about it. But I'm going to tell you something, brother. I when I sit around and I listen to you guys, it's 2-minute numbers. Hold on a second. Let me fix it. Okay, let me take that extra 5 out of there real quick, y'all. When I sit in that room with you guys, I want to learn. I want to know. Because honestly, all I want to do is wake up and go fishing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't feel like going to work or having to run a business. I want to have enough money to where I can just wake up and go fishing.
Right.
And cool. I think if I can sit down and hold a conversation with you, I can go get the fishing rods ASAP expeditiously.
Yes, and we can make money on those fishing rods. You know what I'm saying?
Whatever make money makes sense.
Hey,
whatever make money makes sense. Say, brother, I want to thank you. Matter of fact, if I don't know what your schedule looks like tomorrow, what y'all say we bring him back if he's available. Let's if you're available, come on back, man.
I'm here, man. This is what I do.
Okay. Well, I want to bring you back. And I know today I call you Demetri. I plan on making sure, Walter, that the war zone is in Tulsa, Oklahoma. On June 19th, got a good friend of mine down in Oklahoma City. I'm gonna go kick it with my partner, and we gonna go up there, and we're gonna take the war zone down to the real Black Wall Street in Tulsa, and we gonna see what's going down when Trump get to town, y'all. So I'm going down there, man. I'm going down there.
I would be interested in going down there. That would actually be a good place to do a podcast. Is right there. I mean, that's our house right there. Is Tulsa, Oklahoma. And that's another thing too. If you guys can research Black Wall Street, I mean, like these were powerful people with money. I mean, Black people, we do it the best. If you Google, you research Black Wall Street, the end will break your heart. But we can duplicate that and fast, and the whole world is giving us money. They're listening to us.
That's part of the reason I want to go down there. Like I say, I got a really, really good friend of mine from Oklahoma, and really good dude with his head on his shoulders, right? And just want to see if we can get a game to some other people, and let's put our heads together. Instead of going down there and getting sidetracked by Trump, why don't we go down there and figure out a way to reduplicate, like Demetri told me earlier, reduplicate Black Wall Street. And we talking to the man that can get us going to get our money straight to be able to do it.
You know what? It's funny that you say that. I was watching the Black Wall Street videos and even today, you know who was talking about Black Wall Street? CNBC. They were talking about Black Wall Street, and they went through all the details, and they were like, they showed all the rich people and how like sophisticated Black people, and they told the story of how it was bombed from the sky and how it was attacked. And this was on a white network breaking down Black Wall Street. Here's what's going on, people, is the white man is getting, or people, or if that's what you want to call it, they're getting educated on our stuff right now. You know what they're doing is how can we manipulate these people? Okay, we're going to give them the money. We're going to help them. But how do we get ours from it? I guarantee you that's what they're doing. There needs to become a point in time where we say, you know what? We got it from here. Like there's a brother, Robert Smith. He runs one of the largest hedge funds. He's a brother. I hear more Black people come after him. It's insane. People come after him like, oh, he's getting a tax break. He should get a tax break. So yeah, I would love to participate in that. That would be cool. And I love to fly.
Okay. Well, bruh, shit. Excuse me, y'all. I get crunk up when we get this. Saying too many things, that crank me up. I love a pretty Black woman, and I love money. They do the same thing to me. I'm gonna leave that right there. Final thoughts, Ms. Demetra.
Well, as you guys can see, I didn't say much, which is kind of odd. Y'all used to hear me talk. But I am one that when wisdom speaks, I like to listen and take notes. And so I would say personally that I have benefited a whole lot by taking Walter's advice. I'm doing well in stocks, stock options, stock, the regular stocks. Got my life insurance through him and all that kind of stuff. So I'm doing okay. But I'd like to say thank you for coming on, and we look forward to hearing all that you have to say in the future.
No, absolutely. Anytime's my favorite subject and my favorite people.
Thanks. Exactly.
Donovan,
Again, final thought. Again, thanks, Walter, for coming on. I get a lot of my wisdom when it comes to the stocks talking to people that know, and this is how you do it. You kind of talk to people who know, hang around people who know, and a little bit of that rubs off on you sooner or later. So I don't do stock options like my man over here because I buy the stock right out, which is two different ways of doing it. But whenever I hear Walter has made a hit, I go look at what I got and I see what I can do with it. So again, thank you for coming on. We've got to start thinking of new ways to make money. A third of white wealth comes from stocks. If they can do it, we can do it.
And the stock market right now is hot, but long term, like over a long period of time, I'm not a fan of stocks when, most of the time, but when things get rough, it's stocks. Like when real estate got rough, it was real estate. So what I do, I just gravitate toward the thing that's struggling the most. People, when things get rough, they dump their stuff because they shouldn't be there in the first place. So I like to go and buy it. And I believe real estate is going, man, I'm telling you, real estate is about to go down. And there's some things we could do collectively to really better ourselves. So
tomorrow, what we're gonna do, Ms. Demetra, first half of the show, Walter, you come on. We're gonna structure this class that we want. We're gonna sign up people tomorrow. I have all the stuff, together as far as I'll call you, Walter. Okay. Give you a call when we get done and we'll put everything together. So if you want to be in this class, if you know somebody that wants to be in this Zoom class, tomorrow is your day to sign up. You don't sign up tomorrow, you're going to miss the class, and I'm going to make all the money that you didn't make. I'm telling you, I'm going to eat greedy. I'm telling y'all, man, I'm not playing when it comes to this money, man. I'm tired of being poor, man. I already got a strike against me. I'm black and I'm poor. And then y'all done put that X on my back, and I'm a Republican. I got to change some things. I got to hang out with the rich folk, y'all. Y'all feel me? Y'all had to switch up, man. These Democrats ain't acting right, man. But it ain't personal. It's business.
No, hey, I hear you.
So y'all tune in tomorrow. My man coming back, and it is what it is. I want to thank my co-host Donovan Sadiq, the Queen Demetra K, our guest Walter Coulter. You want the game? You gonna be here. You gonna be here tomorrow 7:00, and I'm the 5-star general. Say till tomorrow. We'll holler at you, man.
All right.